play some Sentinels.
Oh, fickle fans, come on.
Oh, you've been quoted out of context. You must be a famous person now.
I am a famous person now. But we're gonna win. Unless the environment kills us. So yeah, I could have waited and
We have damage! Grand Warlord boss!
I did not think that would work out, but it did. Well done, team.
Woo!
Good evening, everybody. It is Tuesday. It's 7-ish. So that means it's time to welcome you all to Sentinels Live. Yes, let's play some Sentinels. Thank you for joining us. What is that? Thank you for joining us around the digital tabletop while we play what game, John?
Sentinels of the Multiverse.
Of the Multiverse. You could say it's 7-esque. Danger-esque too. Yeah, so the goal of these streams, as you all know, is to have some fun while showing you how to play the game, as well as covering strategies that could potentially help you win. We actually just recently had a super masterclass in that, when all of our heroes were down to like 1 HP, and John managed to strategically pull it all out. Handelabra does believe in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so comments or activity that are actively working against that goal are not welcome and will be moderated. If you enjoyed the show, please do like, share, follow, and subscribe, and be sure to check us out on Thursdays and Saturdays at the same time, 7 p.m. Eastern, for our other shows here on our channel. That's Dolphins Dive and Tales from the Archive. Sorry, Zach.
The archive is the archive of all things.
Exactly right. Sorry about that, Zach. It's Tales from the Archive. Some other show notes that I just wanted to get into. We are still looking for a couple of helpers at Gen Con this year. So if you would like to come to Gen Con for free, let us know. You can find that information at this link. Bloop. And speaking of Gen Con, we will be doing a live episode at Gen Con Friday at 2 p.m. That's right, Sentinels Live with a live studio audience. We were, as I'm sure some of you noticed the last time we talked about this, absolutely convinced that our event was not accepted because we didn't see it. We heard nothing from Gen Con officially at all. And then all of a sudden, we just got it. We got accepted, we got our room assignment, we got our AV package, we got everything. When actually is a Gen Con? A Gen Con is August 17th through 20th, I want to say. In Indianapolis?
Soon.
Yes, soon, TM. That's right. And, well, we'd love to have you all there. Some people have already signed up. We're very excited. We have a room that can hold 80 people. So let's see if we can pack that to the gills.
That's right before the Greater Than Games one, so you can go to both.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, Greater Than Games, the State of Greater Than Games event is at 4 p.m. on Friday, and I believe the live letters page is 3 p.m. on Saturday. So there's no overlap. You can come to all of them. It'll be super, super awesome. Some other stuff that's been happening. Greater Than Games is at the UK Games Expo, so if you're in the UK, maybe check that out.
That's happening sooner.
This
weekend.
Yes, this Friday through Sunday, GMT, as it were. And then, yeah, of course, talking about Letters Page. There's a new episode of Letters Page today. I believe it was Choke Point. I've listened to the first, 15 minutes of it. I didn't have time to finish the whole thing, as is typical. But then the last thing I did want to mention is we posted some brand new first look screenshots at our next game, and that is called Bottom of the Ninth. Check out, I just posted a link in the chat there, and you can see sort of what we've been doing with ourselves while we've also been working on Sentinel stuff. And this is the next game. It is also a Greater Than Games team up, but also with Dice Hate Me in the mix. It is baseball, and it is super fun. We've been playing the demo on our phones all week, and you guys are gonna love it. I really think if you're at all interested in cool, fun, sort of strategic gameplay, whether you like baseball or not, I think you're gonna dig it. Because I'm not a baseball fan, and I dig it. So that's that. All right. So your hosts, I'm Jeremy. You can follow me at Mr. J Handel. That's MRJHANDEL on Twitter. Joining me as always is John. Where can they follow you, John?
Migrant P.
Good old Migrant
Pretty
P.
much everywhere.
Pretty much everywhere. And you can always follow the company at Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube. As we are the developers, you can also be sure to get some insight into the process and maybe even see some stuff before anyone else, which I think you will tonight. The game does include a tutorial that covers the basics, but we always do our best to explain exactly what we're doing, when we do it, and why. And depending on how long it takes for us to win or lose, we usually play more than one game in each 2-hour episode. In fact, just recently we played 4. And that was a crazy, crazy night. Sentinels the Multiverse is currently available for iOS, Android, as well as PC, Mac, and Linux via Steam, and always in good old analog cardboard and ink. Check out sentinelsdigital.com for more info, and to download and try the demo absolutely free. And if you already own the game, we would really, really appreciate it if you could rate and review us on your chosen platform. Head over to the iOS App Store, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Steam. Just give us a star rating, give us an actual review. You would be surprised at how much that helps. We would really, really appreciate it. All right. Oh, Shubby123 is somewhat prescient. Bugbear and the Operative will probably be shown today. Yes, I think we'll definitely start with, Bugbear. That's one that I think is a fun one. So let's switch back over to our team mode here.
Are you going to start a multiplayer game?
Oh, God, did I hit the wrong button again? I did once again. Online multiplayer.
Darren2500 asks about the change in the character artwork from the early versions of Sentinels. Why was the artwork changed? The answer is because it looks better now.
Indeed. All right, so Bugbear here. This is that Nightmist's Nemesis icon there?
Yep.
Yes, it is. Setup. At the start of the game, Bugbear enters play a ravenous hunter side up. Blood Scent is put into play, and Bugbear's deck is shuffled. Gameplay. Damage dealt by Bugbear is increased by X, where X is the number of incapacitated character cards. So that's what's interesting about Bugbear is if you're playing against, 5 heroes, the more that get incapacitated, the more powerful he gets. So it's tricky. You got to make sure that you're sort of managing that.
That includes villain cards.
Includes villain cards, yes. Whenever Bugbear deals damage, he regains HP equal to the amount of damage dealt. At the end of Bugbear's turn, Bugbear deals the hero target with the highest HP 2 melee damage. Then if Blood Scent is in Bugbear's play area, it is moved next to the hero target with the highest HP. And we'll take a look at Blood Scent when we get going here. And his advance is that Blood Scent is indestructible.
Pycross says the game isn't displayed in the topic.
The game isn't displayed in the topic.
Is it still set to dev stream? I don't know.
It might
carry on,
be.
and maybe Pycross will explain.
Yeah. Handelabra Games presents. Yeah, I don't know. It might be still set to dev stream. Maybe I'll try and fix that in a little bit. And his incapacitated, when he flips over, at the start of Bugbear's turn, each villain target regains 1 HP. It's empty. Yeah, it might be empty. I think I might have changed it for a dev stream. So yeah, we can, when we're getting the game started, we'll check that out. All right, so we got Bugbear. And with the exception of Operative, I would say we can play pretty much any of the others because we've shown them all off at this point, haven't we?
Yep.
All right, so let's do, I don't know, what do you think? Greazer, because that was fun. We'll take one of the OGs. We'll do Friction. And then, I don't know, how about Sergeant Steel? There we go. So we got Greazer, Bugbear, Friction, Sergeant Steel. Why don't you go ahead and pick your heroes while I'm trying to figure out what he's talking about on Twitch. Let's pop that open real quick.
All right. I'm going to pick Ra because I love Ra in Vengeance games. Especially with lots of ongoing cards. And
is it from the dashboard that I changed that? Let's see.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, now that we switched over to the different dashboard, I actually don't know where half the stuff is.
I wonder if there's a chat message you can use, like a slash thing.
Oh, I bet there is. That would not surprise me.
I don't know how to find that.
Stream information. Title, Handelabra Games. Actually, let's just pop that out and just say Handelabra Games. English community. Oh, here we go. Game. Sentinels.
We have a new player, Ronak, who has just got the game. So, welcome to the world of Sentinels. It's a lot of fun.
Information updated. All right, so that should now be correct.
All right, it has been corrected.
Fingers crossed. All right, so we'll close that. All right, so you're Ra and Naturalist. Very interesting. And yeah, I mean, if we're gonna do this, I might as well do this. So let's do. I'm gonna do a Prime Wardens Tempest. And
Jeremy, what is the concept of this game?
the concept of this game is that you are a team of superpowered individuals trying to save the world from
evildoers.
From evildoers, exactly right.
And so in this format here, we're actually fighting a team of villains who have found out that, hey, these heroes team up against us all the time. We should team up against them.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was browsing through the stats, and one of the environments we have played the least in terms of overall numbers and percentages is the Tomb of Anubis. So we're going to play Tomb of Anubis tonight, which is thematic because we got Ra going on. So let's take a look at what we have here. We got Bugbear, Greazer, Sergeant Steel, and Friction versus Ra, Horus of Two Horizons, Prime Wardens Tempest, I believe that's Hunted Naturalist, and Super Scientific Tachyon. So it is variants all the way down.
You want to try advanced on anyone? We haven't shown advanced.
Yeah, that's true. We haven't shown off any advance. So let's see. Let's take a look. Greazer is whenever Greazer deals damage to a hero character card, that hero's player must either discard one card, destroy one of their ongoing or equipment cards, or deal themselves one psychic damage. Sergeant Steel's got increased damage dealt by Sergeant Steel and agents by 1. And Friction, I think we've seen, but the shock dampeners is indestructible. So I would say either Greazer or Sergeant Steel. Pick it. Which one?
Let's choose Greazer.
Greazer. All right. So we'll do an advanced Greazer. Oops. I'm pushing the button, but it's not.
It's not buttoning?
It's not buttoning. Yeah.
All right. Could be a bug.
It could be a bug.
What if you toggle the advanced in the bottom corner there?
Yeah, that's not doing anything either. It's like gray. And I click it, it doesn't do nothing. Oh, maybe it's because I've already readied up. Haha.
Yeah, because you've
that
gone
could
ready.
be related.
That's why.
All right, so
That's
we're gonna do advanced Greazer. Boom, boom.
Not a bug.
Not a bug. It's a feature.
Working as designed.
It's a bug in that I am a bug.
Bugbear.
FPO default opening line. I have seen the far reaches of power. I will not allow evil to prevail. And although that is an FPO line, it is coming out of Bugbear, not a big emptiness.
Not an FBO bear.
Not an FBO bear. Woohoo! Cool new villains artwork. Look at that. Yeah, so there's Bugbear, there's Greazer, there's Sergeant Steel in all their glory. Hallelujah. Glory, glory.
The chat appears to be surprised.
There's your something you get to see before anyone else. All right, Ra opens with a Drawn to the Flame, Fire Blast, Living Conflagration, and Summon Staff. Tempest has got Chain Lightning, Cleansing Downpour, Into the Stratosphere, and Vicious Cyclone. Hunted Naturalist has got Environmental Allies, Hyperactive Senses, Natural Born Vigor, and Natural Forms Power. And Super Scientific Tachyon has got a Nimble Strike, a Quick Insight, Sonic Vortex, and Super Sonic Response. All right, so Bugbear puts out Blood Scent, which we'll read in just a moment once we get through all the stuff. The Living Paycheck comes out, and that goes to Ra.
Darren says, Sergeant Steel looks like he's about to jump into a massive pile of cocaine.
Fair enough. All right, let's see what else we get. There's the shock dampeners, and we get a stolen gear, and unpredictable powers. All right, so let's see what happened there. Oop, still hitting. More hittings. All right.
Yeah, Sergeant Steel brought out an agent as well.
All right, so let's pop open Bugbear here for a second. Oops. Nope, sorry. I'm going to pop open his trash. So unpredictable powers. Destroy one of Bugbear's ongoing cards. Bugbear regains 4 HP. Shuffle Bugbear's trash into his deck. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and open his deck because I kind of wanted to read off what was going on with Bloodsend.
That's about the best opening you could hope for against Bugbear.
Exactly. So Bloodsend is an ongoing. At the start of Bugbear's turn, Bugbear deals the target next to this card 3 melee damage unless one player discards 2 cards. Then move this card to Bugbear's play area. And as we saw when we looked at Bugbear, he's got some mechanics that move that card around. So, all right. And let's see. We got a Battle Medic came out and a Bomb Specialist.
I'm going to bring them up. We haven't seen them a lot.
Yeah, so we got whenever Sergeant Steel deals projectile damage, he also deals the same target 2 fire damage. And the agent power is this card deals the 2 hero targets with the highest HP 2 projectile damage and 2 fire damage each. And the Battle Medic, at the end of Sergeant Steel's turn, Sergeant Steel and each agent regain 2 HP. And then the agent power is shuffle Sergeant Steel's trash and reveal cards until an agent is revealed. Put it into play. If an agent is put into play this way, destroy this card.
Yeah, so he revives another agent. So Ra is got the contract. Greazer is after him. So the Nemesis bonus goes that way. So I'm going to start with Summon Staff, and I'm going to summon a Staff. And I'm going to draw another Staff.
And summon a Staff and a Staff.
So Drawn to the Flame, unfortunately there are no villain ongoing cards in play. Which is a bummer, dude. So I'm just going to play Living Conflagration, so I have a damaging power. So often with Bugbear, you want to kill him first because of his damage being increased by the number of incapacitated characters. But I was thinking I'm going to attack Greazer because he's my nemesis. And he's going to be annoying. So that's what I'm going to do. Greazer is smoking. We already have smoking in the game, though, so I don't think we'll have to update our content rating.
Well, and so is Sergeant Steel.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
A lot of smokers in this game.
That's tripled the number of smoking characters after Mr. Fixer.
All right, out comes a Hip Displacer because of all the best toys. Let's see. And that is when this card enters play, put it in the play area of the hero with the highest HP. At the start of that hero's turn, this card deals each target in this play area 1 sonic damage and 1 energy damage. I don't think we have anyone who's going to have extra targets coming out. And Tempest is going to be doing some self-damage potentially. Actually,
these Hip Displacers are going to kill each other. There's 2 of them, right? That are...
Oh, I didn't see. But maybe.
Yeah. I think 2 of them are coming. So... I would say put it in Ra's so that like we have a chance to destroy them before they go off anyway.
Got it. And Electro Shackles.
Ouch. Oh, maybe there was just one Hip Displacer. Alright, so here's Greazer's advanced. Greazer hit me, so I have to discard a card, destroy an ongoing equipment, or deal myself 1 psychic damage. I am going to just discard a card because I have a whole bunch. I'm going to discard one of these staves. What does HYP stand for? That's a good question for the letters page.
Indeed.
As Takewalker just said.
Yeah,
I didn't copy Takewalker.
The delay is going to make it look like we're just biting off the chat, but... I promise John said that, and then Takewalkers came up. All right. I feel like, let's see. All right. So my power is play up to 3 cards. Each time you play a card, the environment deals Tempest 3 lightning damage. And again, for those who are not, totally up on the lingo here, the environment deals the damage here, and it's not any particular environment target. So, like, if a card makes you immune to target, environment target damage or something like that, it doesn't matter. The environment itself is what's dealing the damage here. So, do I have more than one card that I want to play is the question.
If you into the stratosphere something, I can discard it with the Naturalist. So you could, like, into the stratosphere...
Like the shock dampeners
or stolen gear or something, and... Yeah. That could be an interesting idea.
Yeah. I would lean towards the shock dampeners myself.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's shock dampeners, get that out of there. And then I will hit myself just so I can use my chain lightning because I want to deal some damage. I'm itching to do damage this early in the game. And I could, let's see. Do you need either the Electro Shackles or the Hip Displacer to get gone?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
You should hit Bugbear.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, go after Bugbear first. And then... Yeah, let's see.
Probably Greazer.
Yeah. And we'll hit Friction, since she's not immune to this damage, thanks to what we just did.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to skip. That's good enough for now. And I draw Reclaim from the Deep.
Sergeant Steele is so excited to be shooting things with his giant rocket launcher.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so since they're tied... Oh, wait, Hold the Line is an ongoing card that reduces damage for a round, basically. And so Sergeant Steele activates the filter ability of that villain with the agent with the highest HP. I think, actually... If we choose the medic, then like nothing will happen, right? So You'll shuffle the empty trash and do nothing. So that works for me.
Do it.
I mean, you have to vote as well.
Oh yeah, I was stuck in my meanwhile. So I was like, yeah, what are we doing? Why isn't anything happening?
Welcome, Speedy Allrack. You made it back to the stream. I've seen you here before.
And we're excited to have you.
I would be excited about having that rocket launcher. It looks a bit like ambuscades. I wonder if there's a connection there. Maybe someone should ask Christopher and Adam. Okay, so yeah, actually, I'm gonna play Environmental Allies, and then I'm going to temporarily become a Gazelle and play Hyperactive Senses. So I don't need to reveal frictions. I'm just going to discard the top two cards of her deck for the Gazelle effect. Do we want to look at the top of our decks and try to do what we want to do, or manipulate the villain decks?
Yeah, with Tachyon, it's more important to see the bottom of her deck.
I mean, we could look at Tachyon's deck, and then if they're burst, discard them.
That's true. Yeah. If that's an option, I'm happy to do that.
Yeah, and then I'm going to look at Bugbear, I think.
Our friend Lou Dolphin just started watching. Hi, Lou Dolphin. Had any good dives lately?
All right, so we have Synaptic Interruption and Hypersonic Assault. I think I'll put Hypersonic Assault on the very top.
Okay.
So that you're going to draw it, but I won't discard that because that's good. We should have that.
Yep.
And then we've got Feral Brawn and Cue Ball. Cue Ball's not really a problem. He just does 2 damage. Feral Brawn is an annoying ongoing card. So I'll put Cue Ball on top.
So Darren 20,500 asked just how much art is done for the new villains. Also, my question last week on variants was asking, do you have any plan for the order of variant releases, not necessarily the release dates? The answers to both of those questions are... Actually, that's not true. I was going to try and be clever. We have almost all of the art for villains at this point, for Villains of the Multiverse. And in terms of variants, we do have a general plan for the order.
But we're not going to tell you.
Yeah, but we're not going to release it. But that said... until we release villains, nothing beyond villains is set in stone. So irrespective of, even if we told you what we thought the idea was going to be, that would not necessarily mean that that's the order that's going to be in.
All right. I have to discard the top of another deck. I think I'm going to discard the top of Greazer's deck because I think that's fairly safe. I want pizza now that Lou Dolphin is talking about pizza.
Pizza.
So...
The 5th food group.
We can see what happened with that discard. It doesn't actually tell us. I guess it's only discard the top 1 card, so we could have discarded, that Synaptic Interruption.
Yeah, we could have set it up.
Oh, well. I thought it was discard the top 2 cards of 2 decks. I read it wrong. I don't use that card a whole lot.
Yeah, that's... Is that a parse card that does that?
No, it was the Naturalist.
No, I'm saying there is a parse card that lets you look at the top 2 cards and then discard both of them or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
All right, so we wanted to look at
okay.
what got discarded. So let's take a look here. Greazer, it was another All the Best Toys.
Oh, good.
So that's good.
That's the worst. And yeah, and then Friction, we discarded her shock dampeners, and now she's hitting herself.
Oh, right. Actually, I forget. Yeah, that was one of the show notes that I forgot to mention. The Vengeance soundtrack. All of you fun Kickstarter backers got access to it tonight. It will be releasing on Steam and Handelabra.com and Bandcamp tomorrow, and then on iTunes and other stores whenever they come out. We don't actually have complete control over when it comes out on those other stores because it's all run through an aggregator that does it all for us. But you're going to want to buy from either Steam or Handelabra.com or Bandcamp because those all come with the stems. So if you were not a Kickstarter backer and you did not get it for free, it will be up for sale starting tomorrow, $4.99, just like all the other soundtracks. But this one comes with the bonus of all the stems, so you can remix your own, kind of like how the show opened tonight with that was a Jeremy Handel original of a remix. So we will be posting about it tomorrow. So follow us on Twitter and all whatever, and we'll you'll know when it comes out.
All of whatever.
All of whatever. All right. So Tachyon, play a card.
I would suggest you play something that lets you draw, so that if you experiment on yourself and you get like Fleet of Foot, then you get to play Hypersonic Assault.
Okay. So quick insight. Well, I guess I could Nimble Strike. That'll let me draw.
Either one of those I would suggest. But
yeah, I don't have a second play.
Yeah.
And we know how I want to deal damage.
I mean, I like Nimble Strike.
Yeah.
I also like Quick Insight.
They're both great cards. So all right, we'll hit Bugbear with this. And then I got that Hypersonic Assault. And let's experiment on myself. I'm a self-experimenter. Wah wah. Pushing limits in Sonic Vortex. And no, not a burst to be seen.
The soundtrack does not come with a music editor. That is not what it is. There are lots of free music editors you can get.
Yeah, the one that Jean-Marc uses is called Reaper. But obviously, GarageBand will work. I'm sure there's something on a similar kind of thing on Windows that will do a similar kind of thing. What I did, the version that I did, that I posted on Twitter earlier today and that opened the show tonight, I did in GarageBand.
I tried to use GarageBand, and I'm really terrible at making things. So.
Well, and to be fair, I haven't used GarageBand in a while, and they changed it.
They changed their app.
Yeah, it's not as easy as it used to be.
Like, iMovie is totally different than it used to be, and I think I like the new iMovie, but it is, like, totally different.
Yeah, I have no problem with the new iMovie. The new Final Cut Pro also works on that same way that they do things, which is fine with me, but it definitely stuck in some people's craw when it came out.
There was some cross-sticking.
Definitely some cross-sticking.
There's one villain ongoing card in play. I want more villain ongoing cards in play. I think I'm going to go Staff of Ra. And Greazer's got the Electro Shackles on me, which is Buzzkill. But I'm still going to hit him because I have Nemesis bonus.
Indeed.
Chargers asks, how do you get the stems into GarageBand? You drag and drop them into GarageBand. On phone, you probably just open them.
Yeah, yeah. As soon as he said that he was on an iPhone, I was like, yeah.
Probably have to put them into iTunes and then load them as a track from iTunes or something. I've never used GarageBand on iOS. I even forgot that that was a thing. Is it really a thing? GarageBand on iOS?
It is.
Sightseeing. It is play guitar on their iPad and stuff.
It is absolutely okay to post a link to Jean-Marc's tutorial video. It's just considered unlisted right now because the official we haven't actually launched the soundtrack until tomorrow. It'll go public tomorrow. It was posted as unlisted so that it could be still linked to no matter when anybody got their stems from the Kickstarter.
All right, Ra's getting hit by this business. So I'm going to discard a card. I think Flame Barrier is going to be dangerous in a Vengeance game. There's lots of self-damage, so... So it would be nice to like hit back at Greazer.
Indeed. All right, let's see. We've got 20, 22, 19, and 23. I don't know that we need a Cleansing Downpour at this point. I don't have a lot to power a Vicious Cyclone. Do we even have enough in our trashes for Reclaim from the Deep?
I mean, everyone has something.
Yeah, everyone has something. That's fine. We'll just Reclaim.
Lets you draw another card to play with your power, potentially.
A witty username 1234 says, "I'm late to the party. Has Villains the soundtrack got a release date? I feel like I missed some info. We have not announced a release date for Villains of the Multiverse, and the soundtrack conversation is that the Vengeance soundtrack shipped to Kickstarter backers today, because if you backed on Kickstarter, you got a copy of it for free. It will be shipping to everyone in the world tomorrow.
And so it'll be on Steam tomorrow and on Handelabra.com tomorrow. I guess Bandcamp tomorrow, probably.
And Bandcamp, yep.
But the rest of the stores usually take some more time to process. So
yeah, basically we will submit them tomorrow, and then they'll go live on, you know, like all the streaming services and Amazon and whatever. Basically, whenever they get around to it, is the way that works. And I'm going to skip my power.
yeah, and so it comes with the stem, so you can make your own remixes of the Vengeance themes. And when the Villains of the Multiverse soundtrack comes out, you'll be able to add those in. The line has been no longer held. All right, Sergeant Steele has a mission objective.
Yeah, let's pop that open. Play this card in a hero play area that does not already have a mission objective card in it. Increase damage dealt to targets in this play area by agents by 1.
I don't know if this is going to do too much right now.
Yeah, I'm fine with Tachyon taking this. She's the highest right now, and that's fine.
Because, again, Battle Medic is going to go off and do nothing.
Yes, Amazon and those other stores will not include the stems because those stores are basically just set up to give you albums. Whereas the other stores, you know, we can either package it up in a zip or we can, you know, do other kind of funky things that let us sell things that are other than just simple, you know, WAV files. So, all right, the Naturalist.
Let's see.
Evil Dice Monkey says, so those of us who backed will not be getting a copy on our platform of choice. You'll get a copy the same way that all the other soundtracks were delivered via the Kickstarter, which is via Backer Kit. And my understanding is that with any of those, at least this is the way that I do it, if I buy, you know, an album, like I buy typically like Coheed and Cambria, I buy their albums on pre-order, they send me digital files, I put them in iTunes, and then iTunes just syncs them up.
So I have both Gazelle and Rhino at the moment because of my power. And with Natural Born Vigor, I get to use another power, so I'm using Natural Forms Power.
Power!
I think I want the Naturalist to draw 2 cards because I'm running low.
Aging Panic says, I was hoping for a cassette tape. We do actually sell CDs. This soundtrack is not available on CD yet, but that is a convention exclusive. We sell special collector's edition CDs that we bring to convention. So if you ever see us at a convention, you can buy a cool collector's edition CD.
Did you answer Evil Dice Monkey's question?
I did.
Okay. I mean, if you are getting it via Backer Kit, it's MP3s, so you can like put them into iTunes or whatever you want.
Yeah, Merfurter says cassette tapes. Psh, I want vinyl. Vinyl's actually like a really big deal right now.
There's like boutique vinyl pressing.
Oh yeah.
We could press vinyl, but I don't know if we will. I don't think so. Our music is all made digitally, so
yeah,
there's not really any warmth. It doesn't start warm. You're adding warmth.
I have no burst cards in my trash. Yeah, I'm eyeing that hypersonic assault. I'm just looking at what my options are, because yeah, I don't have an extra card play. Yeah, hypersonic it is. Any order here?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
They just can't deal damage. Agent is a keyword. That is correct.
Well, they were commenting on why isn't Sergeant Steele considered an agent. I mean, aside from like the obvious, which is that he doesn't have that keyword, like you'd think that he would be an agent, but he's not an agent. He's a sergeant. Come on, people. I will once again experiment on myself. Oh,
Well, they can really not do damage.
They really can't deal damage.
Triple time.
Man, this should like stack, so it's like for next turn.
You are going to get a lot of pop-ups on the start of your turn.
Man, thank goodness somebody thought to put a fast forward button in this game. Pew, pew, pew.
And Greazer can't deal damage, so he can't defend himself against hair attacks right now.
The Judgment of Anubis. And out comes Anubis, that 20 HP monster that he is. Judgment of Anubis is going to empty out some stuff for us, so that's good. And it's going to hit us too, but... You won't get his hair damage because it's self-inflicted. Says Takewalker.
Is this just 2 to everything?
I believe so.
Oh, 3 to everything.
Ah,
And
all right,
Nemesis.
into the underworld.
Nemesis to Greazer because he has Ra's icon.
Very cool.
Actually, order might matter here. We should go back.
Oh, okay.
Rewind to end of turn. Because Anubis deals... As soon as something gets destroyed, Anubis deals the non-environment target with the second highest HP. And so, if we hit Tempest and Naturalist first, that's going to be one of the villains instead.
Aha.
So after doing this, if you go and double-click on Anubis, now it's Sergeant Steele or Ra are tied with 19. And actually, we could make it Bugbear if we hit Bugbear first. And then we let it blow up like Battle Medic or whatever. Then Anubis will attack Bugbear. And that's better.
Indeed.
And...
Snot Zombie says all the pew-pews were freaking out his cat. It's sonic damage.
Yeah, it's sonic damage. Alright, I think that's it. Too bad. I guess I could have kept Gazelle and we would be immune to this damage, but... It's too late.
Alright, out comes Feral Brawn. Let's pop that open. This is an ongoing. Increased damage dealt by Bugbear by 1. Reduced damage dealt to Bugbear by 1.
Bugbear can't deal damage. And now my Drawn to the Flame is going to kick ass. There are 4 villain ongoing cards in play. So I am playing that. And I have +1 from Staff of Ra. So, again, we're going to be destroying a target. So Anubis... actually, I guess Anubis is just going to be going after one of us because we're actually higher than the villains are.
Mm-hmm.
All of the villains. So... I don't think the order's going to matter. Bugbear.
The Bugbear.
Naturalist can take this. He can heals. The Pompadour is getting pretty low. Greazer's almost going to kill himself on his turn, actually. Actually, I can probably... I don't think I'll be able to kill it. Oh, right. We have a speedy size. I guess the order mattered, but that's okay. Oh, it might not matter because the only things left are things that have less than 5 anyways. I would have done 1 more damage to Anubis. Whatever.
They're all at 11 or lower. I feel like we're doing all right.
Zach says, he can't. He hypersonic sold. Bugbear may make an appearance on Tales from the Archive as Hugbear in an episode I'm calling Hey Homies. No one has any damage reduction yet, hey? No. So this can go by Ra. Greazer can't deal damage. Nice.
More hypersonics. All right. I feel like we're definitely at the point in the game where I'm going to get out Localized Hurricane and hit people.
All right. I would definitely hit Bugbear even though he has damage reduction.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, like Greazer only has 4. I can get him down to 1.
I mean, Ra will kill Greazer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like I don't know that it's worth it to go after.
I wouldn't bother hitting Greazer, so I would hit Friction or Sergeant Steel.
Yeah, we'll hit Sergeant Steel. Welcome to Sentinels Live Chat, Dad Jokes Edition.
Sergeant Steel's getting lonely, so he looks for his Filter Strike Force.
So, is that real fan of Fanatic? You're like a crazy green. I can barely read
it.
It says, if villain ships before Oblivion, you can't work on new material, but would you start working on Celestial Tribunal? So, I'm going to unpack that. What you're asking is, if villains for the video game ships before Oblivion for the tabletop, you make a statement. You won't be able to work on anything. It is an incorrect statement, because we have already begun receiving some of the actual gameplay as well as a little bit of the card artwork from Oblivion, because we are trusted partners. I will never give it up, so no matter what you do, you cannot make me release it. But yes, it is unlikely that we will find ourselves just sitting twiddling our thumbs wondering what to do. We have got plenty of stuff to work on, irrespective of when villains ships with relation to Oblivion on the tabletop.
Yeah, so after Villains, the next expansion pack is going to be Mini Pack 4.
Yep.
Which has Choke Point, which is already part of Season Pass 2. But if you don't have Season Pass 2, you don't have Choke Point yet. It'll have Celestial Tribunal, which is already available on the tabletop. And it will have 2 new heroes that will be shipped with Oblivion.
Yes.
And then after that, will be Void Guard, and then Oblivion itself.
Yep. Benchmark and Stuntman are the 2 heroes in Mini Pack 4.
All right, so Field Inventor is going to discard the top 2 cards of each villain deck and increase the next damage dealt by Sergeant Steel by X, where X is the number of one-shots discarded this way. So we can just probably choose for me. I don't think the order matters. It'll be 3.
Increase it by 3.
And, right, so that Filter Strike Force activated that ability, and now Sergeant Steel is activating his ability at the end of his turn. So Sergeant Steel is going to deal a lot of damage, probably.
Well, or not, since he's hypersonic assaulted.
Well, he still gets the bonus, though, for the next time.
Because it's the next time he actually deals damage, not the next time he attempts to deal damage.
Look at that. If you click the lightning bolt, it's hilarious.
Whoa!
And that's why it scrolls.
And that's why you always leave a note in the lightning bolt.
Friction has 7 surge cards now because of those discardings.
Aha.
So we might want to prioritize hitting her. I think we need to prioritize hitting them all. Do I want to regain hit points?
This just in, we're going to prioritize winning the game.
What? Agent Panic says, we can get some Oblivion spoilers early if we dangle some Coheed and Cambria tickets. So you can probably get those from Christopher as well.
if only that would work. Yeah, Christopher and I went to see Coed and Cambria together here in Cleveland on their last tour
True.
round.
You're sated.
So I am sated for the time being. And they didn't come to Cleveland this time. So for the Good Apollo and Burning Star 4 Neverender tour, which just came through just recently. But it did not come to Cleveland. It did come to St. Louis, but Christopher was a little too busy, unfortunately.
All right. I'm going to not regain 4 hit points.
And I actually have tickets to the next 2 concerts that I'm going to be going to already. Bonus points to anyone in the chat who can guess what the next 2 concerts that I'm going to see are. They are both in calendar 2017. One is in October, one is in December. This will be a fun little thing to see how well people have been paying attention to what I like. Some of it I actually haven't even really been talking about, so I don't know if they'll even be able to guess. But one is really obvious, if you know anything about me. Oh, Evil Dice Monkey nails it.
Katy Perry.
Katy Perry and something else. Very good. Ooh, Sepultura. Nice, Agent Panic. Good call. Or Tool. 2 bands that I believe don't exist anymore. Sepultura might actually exist with their new singer. I don't honestly know, to be honest with you. And Tool exists in that they are still a thing, but like, you know, they've been about to release a new album for the past like 8 years.
Tool exists. Do we care about Speedy Sidestep? I guess we do, because she might like do a pile of damage to herself from Surge, so I'm gonna get rid of that. And I'm gonna draw cards for myself again, because I need cards. And get a couple of hit points. And so we are immune to environment damage, as exhibited there on my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Friction, kill yourself.
Do it, Friction. You know you want to.
She's killing others. Oh, but she can't deal damage. And so this is... That's cool art on that card. Predator's Pattern. So Blood Scent has reappeared.
A lot of
Friction
individual
is
tactics.
playing a lot of
Force.
things. Oh, wow. 2 individual tactics. And then a strike. Oh, this is bad. All right. So Espionage Agent's ability is being activated. I think it's going to get activated twice.
Wonderful.
Discard the top card of a hero deck. If the discarded card was a one-shot, this card deals that deck's hero character card 2 projectile damage. So we probably shouldn't choose Tachyon because she's taking increased damage from agents.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe Tempest. I don't know if we know what's on top. It was a one-shot.
Wah wah.
Well, and then Field Adventure gets to go. I don't know why we didn't get to choose the order of those happening. Oh, wait, because that was right. That was the Filter Strike Force.
Mm-hmm.
That's, I think, what's happening here first.
Oh, Shelby says, tell us the other concert. So, yeah, the first one was Katy Perry. That's in December. The other one is Paramore, which is in October. And I realized, as I said, like, you guys got to guess it. I don't know that I've ever talked about how I'm a fan of Paramore, but I am. Hayley Williams, lead singer, has got pipes to die for, and she knows how to belt it out.
Oh, I guess that other card from Sergeant Steel says activate the ones that haven't been activated this turn, and the Filter Strike Force activated them, so...
All right, so all of the cannot deal damages are done.
Yes.
Let's get another one. Oh, add another one. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
add another one.
It happened 3 times.
Yep, and
At least
another
it's
one.
only
All
the
right,
ones
there
that
we
are
go.
still alive.
I still have no burst cards in my trash.
All right, so what happened with those individual tactics was it revealed an agent, and then another agent, the other agent got to go. The Field Inventor that was there before. So that's why there was no ordering, because that was sense. So Sergeant Steel has plus 10 damage on his next damage.
So we should try to get rid of him, is what
We
you're saying.
should probably get rid of him before his turn.
Let's see. Super Scientific Games been done by Anubis since the last turn. All right, so
Your trash has no burst cards.
I know, not a
Full of
one.
hypersonic assaults.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I should Nimble Strike and then hope for a successful experiment on Sergeant Steel. Unless you can think of something better to do.
I mean, if Sergeant Steel is going after the highest, right? So if you play Synaptic Interruption, you might be able to redirect it.
Ah. All right.
I feel like that's at least potentially something we could try.
And discards.
Oh, you discarded a burst. The best burst.
So Moloch Dude says that I've hummed Crush 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 a handful of times. I could believe that. I'm especially excited about Paramore because I dig it, and my oldest daughter really digs it. In fact, I just bought her first album. I don't know how many of you guys remember the first album you've ever bought. For me, it was actually a cassette album. But her first album is the first Paramore album with Crush Crush Crush. Riot, as it were. And she listens to it all the time.
I played Crush 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 on Rock Band a lot.
Yes, and that's... So, like Coheed and Cambria, Paramore is a rock band band for me. It's a group that I played a couple of their songs on a rhythm game, dug them, got a couple singles, liked it more, bought an album or two, and now I'm just a fan. Yes, I know another letdown. Riot was not the first. It was their first major label album, and it was the first one that I got into.
I would skip this redirect and save it.
Ooh, Fistful of Dice says the first metal album he ever bought is And Justice for All, which is also the first metal album I ever bought. It was not the first album I ever bought. The first album I ever bought was Phil Collins' No Jacket Required. And I actually bought it at the same time that I bought Wham! Make It Big. So those are my two first official albums.
Bugbear is going after Anubis. This can go next to Roth. That's fine. He has lots of cards to discard if we want. All right. I'm going to summon Staff. Because why not? And I'm going to summon Staff. I just need all my staffs.
Get all the staves. And actually, I should say to Fistful of Dice that some would actually consider And Justice for All to be a prog metal album and not just a metal album.
So I could play Scorched Earth with 3 environment cards in play. That's pretty decent. Or I could play Imbued Fire. I think Scorched Earth. Let us scorch the earth. So I think first I'm going to take out Greazer. So goodbye, Greazer. We'll see his incapacitated artwork. He's taken off.
He's taken off.
He's not dead. He's just like, whatever.
He's moving on.
Go on to the next target. You're too much trouble. And
man, what a bunch of great first albums people are listing. Oh, man, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. That is one of it's one of those Iron Maiden albums that I didn't love when I first got into it, but the more I listen to it, the more I appreciate it.
Again, here we're going to destroy a card, so we want Anubis to hit one of something that's not us, and I think the Hippo is tied for highest. So let's destroy Espion Agent, and the Hippo is considered to have the second highest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Louis says pretty hate machine. I don't know that I would either. I don't know that I'd consider it metal either. It's pretty solid industrial. Although Trent Reznor used to play at the Grog Shop before he was a big deal, which is literally like 3 blocks from my house right now. I used to hang out there when I was in high school.
All right, so Drawn to the Flame. I'm going to hit Bugbear first. I don't know if the order matters, actually, because I think both the ongoing cards are Bugbear's cards.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no, one of them is Sergeant Steele's. So let's do the damage to Friction. So she's gone. And Anubis. And then we'll hit Sergeant Steele last. So there goes Sergeant Steele. We didn't need to worry about it after all, because Ra is just burning everything up. Just like, whatever.
Burn it with fire!
Thanks for the flame, Ra. Lighting my cigar.
So Mojo Gamer VGB says, my friend Ron Rock Gaming was wondering if you've considered a partnership with Twitch, meaning there would be a subscribe button next to the follow button. I don't fully know the benefits of the partnership, but it is just a question. Well, we do know all the benefits of the program, so stay tuned. That's all I can say about that.
So Bugbear... Oh, interesting. So Bugbear played Stone Sacrifice off Greazer's effect, which deals the villain target other than himself with the lowest HP to infernal damage, but there is no villain target other than himself.
Aha.
Bugbear also has like +3 damage now, I think, because of...
Yeah. I feel like we're going to be okay, though.
Yeah, I think that's... There should be a message there about that card, though, from Stone Sacrifice. So I'm just going to make a note.
Go ahead and do that. So some people have been saying, what's going on with Sergeant Steele's in-cap art? I think he got beat down, and he's like, you know what I need right now? I need a smoke. Yeah, cleansing downpour.
Smoking a pancake?
Smoking a pancake?
Bonging a blintz?
Was it like, what is it, and a crepe?
Cigar and a crepe?
Cigar and a crepe? Actually, you know, it's funny. I literally just watched this week, So I Married an Axe Murderer, because it was one of those ones that, like, everybody's always told me, like, oh, you should watch this. It's hilarious. It's, you know, Mike Myers back when he was hilarious. Pipe and a Bagel. And I watched it, and I was not impressed. I feel like it's one of those things that, like, if you watched it back when it was a thing, it was probably very funny, but I think it has not aged well. And I have no good remembrances of it, and therefore it was just kind of like, okay, this is all right, I guess.
Pipe and a bagel. All right, the end. So there's little black squares. Those will be filled in soon. Don't worry.
Yes, indeed. A witty username says, I don't want to sound pushy, but who's that redhead with the, I don't know, psychic powers on the card? I wish I'd seen that before we ended it, because I'm not sure which card he was talking about.
Was that Calypso, maybe?
Maybe.
The water lady? If he was talking about... if they're talking about Stone Sacrifice, then it was Calypso. I don't know if Calypso's a redhead. On Sergeant Steele's in-cap side. Oh, that must be one of the... Hey, thanks, Mojo Gamer, for the cheer.
Thank you.
The bomb specialist.
The demo woman.
All right. Nicely done, team.
Indeed.
Squad.
All right, so let's show off the last of the villains. So the only new team villain we have not yet shown off on the stream is, of course, the Operative. And we've seen the Operative before. She has worked with the Chairman. For more information on that, check out the Chairman and the Mr. Fixer. Oh, you took Mr. Fixer.
You can have Mr. Fixer.
Okay, I was going to say, I was going to go full thematic with this. So we were going to do Operative. I figured we could do Temple of Julong. And we could do...
Yeah, we could bring the Dark Watch.
Yeah, we could do the Dark Watch. That would be a really good way to go. And you'll leave me with Setback. All right, cool. And then I'll fix those to the Dark Watches in a minute, but let's bring the Operative back up again. At the start of the game, the Operative enters play Mystical Combatant side up. Aedo Practitioner. Did I say that? Aedo? Practitioner is put into play. The Operative's deck is shuffled. At the end of the Operative's turn, the Operative deals the hero target with the second lowest HP 2 melee damage. All right, so that is the Operative. And, of course, she's working on her own now, untethered from the Chairman. So we'll pull her into play. What else is potentially thematic with her?
We could ask the chat to vote for one villain from Villains of the Multiverse to bring in with them, and then we can fill out with Vengeance ones, maybe.
All right.
We have to show something for next week.
Yeah, vote for a villain from Villains. All right.
Except for Citizens Hammer and... Well, we can do Hammer and Anvil, but they don't really work as well yet. Looks like Biomancer got the vote like right away. So.
Oh, all right. Oh, yeah, Biomancer's a good one with this team. All right, so we got Biomancer. All right, and then let me make sure these are all set to Dark Watch. Very good. We'll do it like that. Oh, wait, that didn't change that. That's what I want to do. All right, and then, so who else? How about, I think we'll do Proletariat.
I think we should have Challenge Fright Train. That's always fun.
All right, let's pop that open. Challenge Fright Train. Bloop, bloop. As long as Fright Train is a target, redirect all hero damage to Fright Train.
Do you want to do Advanced Biomancer?
Ooh, what's that all about? At the start of Biomancer's turn, if there are H or fewer villain targets in play, the top card of Biomancer's deck is played. Sure. All right, so we got the Operative, Advanced Biomancer, Proletariat, and Challenge Fright Train against the Dark Watch team without their final member. So that's Mr. Fixer, Nightmist, Setback, and Expatriette. And of course, we're playing at the Temple of Zhulong.
But as Christopher and Adam talked about on the Dark Watch interlude last week, there's a very short time period where there are 5 members of Dark Watch. Mm-hmm. It's mostly 4, but just a different 4.
FPO, Dark Watch, Mr. Fixer. FPO, the Operative. All right, so I love how they're, and again, I mean, not that this is surprising, but I love how when you're playing the whole Dark Watch team that their like costumes all are like,
yeah,
they all work together, so that's good. All right, we got a Grease, Monkey Fist, Hoist Chain, Meditation, and Salvage Yard. Nightmist has got Enlightenment, Mistfield Recovery, Planar Banishment, Starshield Necklace. Setback has got Friendly Fire, High Risk Behavior, Surprising Fortitude, and whoops, sorry.
Fortune.
And what did I say?
Fortitude.
Surprising Fortunitude.
That's for the unlucky, or the unlucky legacy from one of the other realities. Probably has Surprising Fortitude.
Surprising Fortitude. And then Expatriate has got Flak Jacket, Prejudice Reload, and Sub Machine Gun.
Bullets bounce off me? Weird.
That's a good one. I like that. Surprising Fortitude.
I wonder, someone could make a I don't know what's the fan name for that, like Unluckiest Legacy or something. You could make an interesting deck, sort of like Vengeance Blade, or I mean Iron Legacy's cards. They take a twist on Legacy's cards, right? So, all right, let's get this going. I don't know how to pronounce Aido, so.
Okay, so first things first, obviously Mr. Fixer and Operative are nemesis. Biomancer has a nemesis icon. Whose is that? Is that Scholar?
Oh, Scholar.
Okay. So there's definitely a Scholar card somewhere floating around. Let's see what we got here. So let's pop up with that Aido Practitioner. Ongoing. The first time damage dealt by the Operative reduces a target to 0 or fewer HP each turn. The Operative deals the hero target with the highest HP 5 melee damage. And then, what else cards came out? We got some Biomancer cards here. Clone Ranger, which is a Flesh Child. At the end of Biomancer's turn, this card deals the 3 hero targets with the highest HP 1 projectile damage each. And then Tempersonation is another Flesh Child. At the end of Biomancer's turn, this card deals each hero target 2 lightning damage. And then obviously we got our Proletariats and we've got our Engine of Destruction. So, reminding everybody that we are playing Challenge Fright Train. All damage dealt by hero targets will be directed to Fright Train. Until he's
so the pronunciation, I think this must have come up last time, because when I Googled that, it was all visited links. Iaido.
Iaido.
Yeah.
It's like Taeha.
Yeah.
Now that I know Japanese. How it's pronounced, I will hopefully remember it.
Iaido. And mentioned above, well, good. But that page, that link that I posted has Japanese speakers saying it, which is nice. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the Operative did a bunch of damage, and I am deciding what to do.
Yeah, so let's see here. Whenever Mr. Freeze does damage, it's reduce all damage dealt by the target by 1 until the start of your next turn. Yeah, I might just Hoist Chain, Fright Train.
Oh, it's your turn anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to destroy whatever card you play, so...
Right. That's what I'm saying. It would basically be like a one-shot to Hoist Chain, Fright Train, and keep him sort of under wraps for the moment. Because there's nothing really else I can do. If I want I mean, I guess I could skip playing a card and just deal damage and not lose anything.
Yeah, that's traditional.
Yeah, that's fine. And I'm gonna
play a card and skip your power, so that next turn you don't have to destroy something, or like you can cycle it. Right, that's another option.
Yeah,
it's not a Jeremy option though.
It's not really.
And yeah, we're gonna be hitting Fright Train all the time. Like if you get a Jack Handle, like Fright Train goes down. The end.
A new creation. Biomancer deals the hero target with the highest HP 3 psychic damage. Reveal cards from the top of Biomancer's deck until a flesh child is revealed. Put it in play. Discard the other revealed cards. Sure. The Carbon Adept. Yeah, so healing up. Dealing damage.
Impersonation is lightning us.
Not good stuff.
All right. There's a couple ongoing cards I could use Planar Banishment for. We also have Whoop Sorry that could get rid of something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and at this stage, if you don't have anything out, it's a good time to use it.
Yeah, I could play like Enlightenment and draw cards, and then you could Whoop Sorry for free, which is probably a good idea. So I'm going to do that. And actually, yeah, damage to myself goes to Fright Train.
Oh,
so
yeah, nice.
I want to use all these cards like as much as possible. I'm probably going to get Nightmist to draw cards unless there's a compelling argument for anyone else. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, Nightmist, hit yourself as much as possible. Okay, reveal the top 3 cards of my deck. I drew a bunch of interesting stuff. I haven't gotten Oblivion. Oblivion would be great for Fright Train management.
I believe you meant Oblivion.
Oblivion, that's true. Thank you so much.
I know, yeah. I say Oblivion so much now that it's like second nature.
I'm gonna draw, call forth,
Potentially
and
first
then I'm
nature.
gonna have a 4/1 on top. That's my plan. So I'm probably gonna Heedless Lash into that. That's gonna be good. I don't think any of these villains don't mess with the top of your deck like Ermin or Fiction do, so. Darkwatch Nightmist doesn't have the extra card draw, but she does have much more control over her spells. Nightmist can take this. She has some healing.
Alright, so let's whoop. Sorry, what is our most important thing? I mean, Engine of Destruction is going to help us get rid of him more quickly.
I mean, he is going to go next and do damage.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that we need to be hurrying with him because anything we do is going to hit him for the time being.
Yeah,
so.
I would get rid of the Engine of Destruction, I think.
Sure. Yeah, add some...
Theater Practitioner doesn't actually do much by itself because her ability its effect doesn't take effect, but she plays one shots that use it.
Yeah.
So that's sort of where it comes into play more often.
Plow through. 2 non-villain targets with the lowest HP, 2 melee damage each. And one of these people doesn't have to take it, so...
Any preference?
What does Setback have? I don't know. It's a coin flip to me.
Setback can
Okay.
take the first. He can mitigate himself. And I would say Expatriette should take this.
Darkwatch Setback is my lowest percentage win hero, and it's not close. Yeah, Setback is one of those characters that I feel like the more I play him, the more I get to know him, but I still don't know that I play him super effectively all the time. Which, I mean, that's kind of Setback, you know? You can't really, you know. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't.
Setback was the first character in Sentinels to have a promo card before the deck.
That's true. Okay, what do I want to play? Oh, it's not me, it's you. Haha. I'm like,
oh, it's my turn.
Carefully looking at these.
I have a turn. Well, I think Submachine Gun is good here. Because I can just shoot everything that all goes to Proletariat, or to Fright Train. All these bullets just magically, like Fright Train just drives in front of everything. Like a train.
Like a frightful train.
While the bullets are spraying, he just happens to be in the way for every bullet.
Resurrection Ritual. Whenever a non-character card... I always try to read them, but they always go way too quickly. Basically, whenever a non-hero target gets destroyed, it goes under the Resurrection Ritual, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, and...
Student of Many Masters. If a Ido practitioner is in play, the operative deals the 3 hero targets with the highest HP 1 melee damage each. If not, search the operative's trash and deck for a Ido practitioner and put it into play.
And this has cool artwork with
Yes.
Mr. Fixer and the Chairman and Zhulong.
Yes. Her
With
Many
different
Masters. Very, very cool.
And Nightmist can take this. So I finally got my foil cards back here in Halifax. They're pretty nice.
They are very nice.
So if you want to blow up Submachine Gun for something else, I would be okay with that.
Yeah?
Or you could just blow up one of your own things. Or
Yeah.
don't the thing that don't use your power. That's also legitimate.
Yeah.
Because it's just going to hit Fright Train anyways. So, like, you could put out... Actually, if you put out Driving Mantis, that would be really good. There's lots of, like, 1 and 2 damage going around to the highest. And so, like, you'd be able to redirect a lot to the villains if you did that as an idea.
Okay.
Like, you can do more damage by playing that and not using your power than by using your power.
Yeah.
Mass rebirth. Well, I don't think there's any flesh children in the trash. Did he destroy your ongoing card? Oh,
Yes.
the Carbon Adept destroyed your ongoing card. I forgot Carbon Adept was in play. Do you want to go back?
Yeah, let's do that.
We're dumb.
Yeah, so in that case then I would consider doing like the same thing, like Hoist Chain and because like if I'm going to deal damage.
Yeah, like Hoist Chain and Skip, right? And then next turn you can like start cycling equipments or styles.
Yeah.
Like that's like a good strategy for Mr. Fixer. If you don't want to be destroying other people's stuff, you should still destroy other people's stuff. But like, if you don't want to be doing that, or if you can't, is to like take one turn to take a breath, and then like next turn you can play a card, destroy one. Next turn, play a card, destroy one. Right? You can still have the double effect happening all the time.
Yeah.
Which is nice. Yes, so we're not going to get to Driving Mantis, and we are going to get attacked by Tempersonation. This is getting annoying. Alright. But we can't do anything about it because of Fright Train. So I'm going to Heedless Lash for a whack of damage to Fright Train. 8, in fact. And Scar and Mists reveals a 1, but I probably could have planned that better. But it's all gonna hit Fright Train anyways, so. I guess I had 4/1/1, so there was no other option than that.
This is still one of my favorite pieces of music in the game.
Oh, there's Oblivion, and a 2 and a 3. That'll do. So Fright Train is going to die before my next turn, most likely.
I think the reason why I like this piece of music so much is because it scratches a lot of the itches that I like. And John Mark and I actually have had a conversation about this, that, you know, both of our prog sensibilities really like things that mess with time signature. This one doesn't mess with time signature, but it messes with rhythm and meter in a way that, like, so it hits downbeats on upbeats and upbeats on downbeats, and it kind of makes you never quite feel at ease with the song, which I really dig a lot. Like some of the prog metal that I listen to, I actually play for my kids to show them, like, this is a song that is in 6/8, 7/8 time. And like because they're all taking piano, so they're learning about that stuff. And so the music theory side of it is really just interesting to play for them and show them sort of how to count out these odd time signatures. So
there are a lot of proletariats.
There are. He keeps playing them. All right, let's take a look at what I got here. Wrong time and place. First time here. No, I don't want to do that. I could actually use Surprising Fortune.
Yeah, it's not a bad call.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so lose those. I hate to deal. So now who do we want to draw some cards? Anyone not sure what they want to do?
Either Setback or Mr. Fixer.
Yeah.
I mean, Mr. Fixer, if you can get a jack handle, like, go to town.
Yeah, let's see what we can get here. Alternate Tiger Claw. Jack handle!
There you go.
There it is. Right on.
And then just, like, blow up other people's stuff to keep your jack handle because it's worth it.
Dice Monkey says, there are very rare occasions where I want a specific card from a deck and I'm not happy to discard unknown cards from my deck.
I mean, some characters like to have stuff in their trash, too. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say from a mechanical point of view, that's something that, as someone who has not played a ton of tabletop games, especially not before coming on board with this whole Sentinels thing, you know, like, my assumption would always be like, a card game. You draw cards, you play cards. You draw cards, you play cards. This game uses the various mechanics of card games in ways that I had not really seen a lot before. You know, like, you know, X number of cards in your trash that have a specific keyword, or, you know, shuffle your trash into your deck and blah blah blah, whatever. Like, it uses sort of typical card game mechanics in new and interesting ways that I was not used to when I first started playing this game, which I thought was very exciting.
So this is going to kill Fright Train, the submachine gun. So I'm going to target the little guys first, the proletariats, and so that some damage will go through to the operative. And the flesh children actually, like, they're going to heal, so I'm going to have it hit them.
Fright Train is flipped, and of course, when Fright Train flips, it is at the start of the Fright Train's turn. The hero target with the highest HP deals themselves 2 toxic damage.
Guess I should have hit the flesh children first. That's okay. Let's hit the proletariat. Shinobi Assassin! Oh man, Tempersonation is almost gone. Actually, yeah, with your jack handle, that Tempersonation is going to go away.
Yep.
It's been a rough one, so.
Viperous Cloud. Let's pop that guy open here. One shot.
Target.
Yeah, the operative deals each hero target 1 toxic damage. Any player whose hero character card was dealt damage this way discards 1 card. Not fun.
Evil Nice Monkey asks you a question, or is saying, Jeremy, we've heard you tried an RPG now. Are you playing more board and card games because of your work? Are you enjoying any particular right now? So that's a question for you first.
So yes, the answer is I've absolutely been playing more board games as a result of the work, and it was a conscious choice when we decided, hey, we're going to restructure Handelabra to do these tabletop games. I started playing more tabletop games. Honestly, and I'm going to be boring about this, but the ones that I'm playing right now are ones that are other companies that we're pitching to hopefully make their games, because I want to get to know their games. And so unfortunately, as a result, I'm not going to name them. But they are fun. I can tell you that much. What is your question there, Migrant P?
Just the same thing for me. What any games you're loving right now? I'm actually just got back into town. I'm here back in Halifax for a few months, and so I haven't been playing a lot of tabletop games on the road. But so there's a bunch that I want to play, like Scythe and various others. I played Terraforming Mars actually last night, which was really cool. That was a lot of fun. I'm going to discard. Oh, I don't want to discard a 4.
Actually, I could be like a totally annoying guy and say that I've been playing a lot of board games with my son, the most important of which is chess. He's gotten really into chess lately, and so we've been playing, like, most nights before bed we'll try to play a game of chess, which I'm really excited about, because watching him, he's 9, and watching him sort of grapple with, trying to learn new strategies actually with chess, because like he knows how all the pieces move, which is obviously the first challenge with chess, but then taking it that next level and being like, oh, okay, if I can trap you by moving my other piece this way and then moving my knight over here, like, I just watching the wheels turn in his head has been a lot of fun. All right. What do I want to discard?
I've actually been playing lots of digital board games on my travels. I don't know if you noticed, Jeremy, but there are a lot of digital board games coming out this year.
Yes.
Like, a lot. Asmodee especially is releasing a lot of games because they're a publisher and they're getting a lot of different development houses to make games, to make their games. So they have Asmodee Digital, which is like the publisher, but then they have like all different developers like us. Like, we are not doing them from Asmodee, but we could potentially someday.
Mm-hmm.
And so, if you see an Asmodee game, it's probably made by a different company than some other Asmodee game. And Digidice is also making some good stuff.
Yeah, and actually I will say Race for the Galaxy just came out.
Yep.
Maybe like a month or two ago. And that's made by a friend of Handelabra, Temple Gates Games. So you should check that out.
Yeah, and that's a Vlada game, right? Vlada, I can never pronounce his last name.
Yeah. In fact, I literally just had a meeting with the head of Temple Gates today, because we sort of have talked about how we're both sort of we're very similar studios, and they were we were commiserating over they just launched a digital version of a 10-year-old board game. And it's like, all right, how do you market that? How do you get people excited about that? Obviously tabletop players who love that game are excited about it, but how do you tell that story in the press of like, this was an old tabletop game and now it's a digital game, and why is that exciting? So yeah, it was a good conversation. All right, so Jack Handel.
Play Jack Handel and blow up whatever you want for it. Probably Setback's card, I would say, but
yeah. Any particular order matter here? I think with the...
Definitely want to hit the Proletariats first, so that one of them will get destroyed. Actually, I would hit one of the ones that have... Well, okay. I would have hit one of the ones that have 6 first.
Oh. Okay, I can do that.
So that you do the most damage. Or the most useful damage. Because if you hit one of them ones at 6, it's going to be the lowest, and then hit Proletariat. And then it will destroy that one, and then the other one will be down to 2. You picking up what I'm putting down?
I am.
The 10-year-old game is Race for the Galaxy, Jeremy was talking about.
Yes.
That just came out on digital last month. Craig from Greazer Games is actually a big fan of Race for the Galaxy, and I played him, and he kicked my butt because he knows how to play, and I don't.
Yeah, I'm still learning it. That's the thing. It's like I haven't played it on the tabletop, so I was learning it via the app.
It's like a really good, it's definitely in the Euro style where you're sort of mostly playing on your own with some limited interaction with the other players. And Terraforming Mars is similar too. Similar kind of feel. I mean, there are a lot of really great games that are 10 years old because 2007 was a really good year for board games.
Right.
Like, people talk about like the years of that board games were awesome, and they talk about 2007.
All right. Anybody in particular want the Shinobi Assassin on top?
I mean, I would pick Mr. Fixer because he's going to go ahead and kill the Proletariat right away. So. Yeah, I mean, there is interaction, but it's not like as much direct interaction, like destroy that other player's card and stuff like that. And Terraforming Mars has interaction, but in the same way that it's like mostly it's indirect interaction and not like destroy their other things. But there is a little bit of that.
So do I want to get rid of the Proletariat, or do I want to get rid of one of the Flesh Children?
Oh, yeah. Or do we have any ongoings left? No, we don't. So Carbonate Adept, I'm not worried about. Clone Ranger. They may as well destroy Clone Ranger. I think he's worse than that Proletariat.
So Balui asks, how is the AI for Race for the Galaxy since I play solo most of the time? Interestingly enough, they actually licensed... there's an AI that's out there for a sort of free browser-based version, and they actually licensed that AI to use in the app version, and apparently it's very, very good.
Yeah. So one game, now that I'm here for a little while, I want to play some legacy games with some friends. So we're looking at Seafall and Pandemic Legacy. So, and one thing we're thinking about is like finishing legacy games that others have abandoned. Like, hey, you have a copy of Risk Legacy you played for 6 times. Let's finish it for you.
Oh, cool.
Do I still want to play Oblivion with a 2 and a 3? Oblivion. Are we okay with that?
Sure.
You will always say yes.
I do like Oblivion. I just like seeing so much all that damage flying around.
I love a Proletariat. And yes, when I play Sentinels, every character is Legacy, because that's how you play Legacy Sentinels.
Legacy versus Legacy X and Legacy 4. Indeed.
And I do actually play Sentinels. We have a weekly Sentinels night with people here in Halifax, so including Level Up Leo, who is in the chat sometimes, but doesn't look like he is now, or he hasn't said anything yet. And now I'm blowing up other guys. Oh, right. Resurrection Ritual is collecting a lot of targets under it.
It is.
We actually get to hit Biomancer for the first time because of that -2.
I hit Biomancer for 1.
Oh, did you?
On Mr. Fixer's turn. Thank you very much.
Oh, right, because you got through it. Right.
Yep.
But then he healed it.
He did heal it.
Is the lowest still a villain? No. The lowest is now one of us. So we should delay this.
Yeah, so go to Fixer.
Yeah, Mr. Fixer. And most likely there'll be some other target that we can hit with it. Alright, what have I got on top of my deck? All new. Call forth. Heedless Lash. I could Heedless Lash. How many relics do I have? 7 left. Heedless Lash. I'll draw that and put Call Forth on top. Or at least a 4 on top. I'm down with that. Charger says, Seafall and Pandemic are amazing. I think it's interesting that you enjoy both, because I've heard like a lot of people wouldn't like both. They would like one or the other based on the type of games that they are. That's interesting. Mm-hmm. I mean, I like legacy games. I had a lot of fun with Risk Legacy, so I would definitely, for me, I want to play Seafall the most. But I also want to play Pandemic Legacy because I like Pandemic. But like Seafall is kind of, from what I've read, it's not like a tight mechanical game like you might expect it would be. It's more of a big story. And so it's a little looser than some people expect. This is what I hear. No spoilers. Jeremy, your turn.
I know. I'm reading my cards. What do I have? I only have 8 HP.
You should play high-risk behavior for Mr. Fixer to destroy.
Yeah, that's what I was leaning towards, but I was just looking. I was like, what if maybe I'll Reckless Rush? Nah, high risk is fine.
There's also Friendly Fire Jack Handle. That's true. You could play Friendly Fire, and then Mr. Fixer gets to do a bonus Jack Handle attack, and then blow up Friendly Fire. So that was mitigated. Thank you.
Indeed.
And so Victor is out. Victor destroys all hero targets. Oh yeah, when Tempest is active, Victor is a high priority target, but when the Tempest isn't in the game, he's less of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll go with hair trigger reflexes, and I'll shoot assault rifle at the operative, and Biomancer with his negative.
HH2 News says, I like the idea of legacy games, but I just can't get past the component destruction and board doctoring. So, John, you went to a talk at GDC about legacy games, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to Rob Davio's talk where he talked about how he came up with Risk Legacy and the legacy concept in the first place. And it sort of revolves around basically breaking the contract with the player that is expected.
Yep.
And part of that, the destroying components and whatever is part of it. But you just have, once you get past that thing that you can't get past, embrace it. It's great.
Yeah.
Open a game that you don't play anymore, that you're never ever going to play anymore, and just rip a card in half, and then you'll be freed.
I think the only way we will get some of our favorite games is to work as unpaid apprentices for Handelabra Games to learn how and give them an almost finished product that they can throw in some finishing touches and negotiate licensing. It would take a lot of work, but some of the great games we want may be simple enough to tackle. Interesting idea, Sockfoot.
Not really how it works, though.
Yeah, it is not really how it works, but an interesting thought.
Oh, man, the true form is going to straight up murder Operative here, if we want. Or we can pick Biomancer, but Operative is going to take 8, so there you go, Nemesis bonus. Yeah, so to Sockfoot 2000's point, we don't believe in not paying people for their work.
That is true. And actually, I can give you a really specific example of that. So some people noticed who downloaded the Vengeance soundtrack that there's actually real Russian in Proletariat's theme now, as opposed to the fake Russian that Jean-Marc had originally put in. And that will find its way into the game soon. But, it was something we always wanted to do but couldn't quite nail down. And Jean-Marc found someone who was willing to write up some Russian for us. And the guy was like, it's fine, I'll do it. Don't even worry about it or whatever. And I said, I'm like, no. Tell him we are paying him something. What we paid him is neither here nor there. But the point of the matter is I said, look, he did work for us. It took him time. We made a creative thing out of it. And I believe in paying people for doing their work. The world of unpaid internships it's something I never really understood in the first place. And it's not something that we as a company get behind. So.
Yeah. So, and the other thing is having random people make a program is not going to result in a good product.
That is also true.
So this decision here with Toxic Dart, Setback and Expatriette both have ongoing cards, and Mr. Fixer doesn't. So he would take 1 more damage, but we wouldn't have any ongoing destruction.
All right.
I think we want to spend that ongoing destruction from Mr. Fixer, right? So does the Operative, what does she do? The second lowest, right? So she's not going to hit Mr. Fixer the second time. So I think we should hit Mr. Fixer. I'm not insulting your coding abilities. I'm just saying we would want people that we would pay. And we do hire people. Like we hired, our last hire was a Sentinels fan from the community. So
Indeed. He'll be at Gen Con if you want to say hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, I mean, not to get too philosophical about this conversation, but, you know, I've actually heard stories of companies that were hired for money to build things and then they fizzled and didn't finish the job. And that is even more likely when someone is just doing it for fun, you know, especially because, like, and again, not to be management guy about this, but, like, if someone's like, oh, I'll make that for you for free, it'll be fun, and then I need to go back to them and be like, hey, fix this. If I'm not paying that person, they don't have any reason to listen or to answer the phone when I call and say, hey, we need an update. Whereas if someone is being fairly compensated for their work, I can reasonably go back to them and be like, hey, look, we paid you for X. I need X. Please finish X. And that, you know, it simplifies the situation in a much more, in a solid way for me.
So you have a lot of options on your turn here as Mr. Fixer.
I do. I'm looking here. So we got... Yeah, like I could... Yeah, let's see. So Biomancer's at 15, Operative's at 7, Proletariat is at 10, but there's another Proletariat out.
I'm thinking about Riveting Crane.
Yeah.
That would get past the damage reduction that Biomancer has and would disable that. But I don't know if it's the right time. That might be better to play next turn after we clear out the rest of the field.
Yeah. Mr. Fixer's Trash has no equipment. Nightmist has 1. Setback has no. Expatriette has 1. No overdrive cards. Yeah, Grease Monkey Fist might be interesting here.
Yeah, Grease Monkey Fist or Charge are both sort of similar. Basically, just do more damage this turn.
Well, yeah, but Grease Monkey Fist coupled with the Jack Handle, I'm going to do more.
You would do more with Charge this turn.
Really?
Yeah, because you would do 2 to everything instead of...
Oh, God, I forgot that when you used... I forgot that Charge would let me do that. Yeah, okay, you're right. Sorry. Again, like Charge, I look at Charge and I see 1 instance of damage. I forgot about the Jack Handle. All right, so...
Yeah, Jack Handles any time Mr. Fixer would deal damage.
Yeah.
In theory, they're making a 7 Wonders game. Don't ask me about that. I have no idea.
Yeah, I see that pop up on comments from literally anytime anything gets posted on Board Game Geek, someone chimes in with about a 7 Wonders.
Charge is a beautiful card. And there goes the Operative.
We hardly knew ya.
And she is bloody in the snow. I like that art.
That is a really great art.
And like with the Master, like, or Zulong probably, I guess, looming over her. So you have an Assassin on your deck, and you are the lowest. Oh wait, no, you're tied with Zulong. But wait, Assassins are the non-environment? Yeah, non-environment, so it's not going to hit the true form. So I would skip.
Yeah, lowest is Dark Watch, Mr. Fixer. Yeah, that's fine, I'll skip.
Oh, Mass Rebirth. That happens at the end of the environment turn.
Yeah.
But we could destroy it first, right? We could destroy Mass Rebirth to prevent it from doing its thing. Expatriette hits Duplex Expatriette with her hair trigger reflexes, which doesn't matter because she heals. The new and improved model, I take it. Binocular vision and everything.
Indeed.
Oh, that's right. Takewalker points out all of his flesh children, they're not in his trash. They're in the resurrection ritual.
Aha.
So the operative's incapability is actually... The villain's incapabilities are very different than the ones in Vengeance. They're often sort of ongoing effects or instead of at the start of their turn. So the operative's is whenever hero target would regain HP, that hero target only regains 1 instead. Which really sucks for the Scholar.
Yes.
And also hampers the Nightmist here because I was planning to go, get Master of Magic going and stuff, but that's going to be a pain in the butt. Like, Mistfield Recovery actually will still work because she regains 1 HP for each 2 cards, so it's multiple heals. But there's also not a lot of trashes right now. Yeah, it would be really good to just kill Proletariat, but I don't. I do have a 4 on top of my deck, but it won't be enough to kill Proletariat. So I think I'm going to call forth and hope to survive and get an amulet. That's what I'm going to do. Because I have lots of cards. Let's see what I get. An Elder Ring, a Tome, an amulet, and another amulet.
Lousy with amulets.
Ooh, and a Mist Form, an Oblivion, and Astral Premonition.
Is Chewbacca at your house? What's happening?
Someone is moving a chair upstairs. I know.
Oh, good times.
Right, I'm gonna grab that Oblivion, and I'm gonna put Mist Form on top and Astral Premonition on second from top. Because could be Oblivion is the winning play next turn. We'll see. I do want to deal Proletariat 1 projectile damage.
Oh, Evil Dice Monkey. Speaking of resurrections, Animaniacs is apparently coming back. Yes, I saw that today too. They're doing in the way that they've been resurrecting all the shows. My kids are actually watching the Voltron Resurrection on Netflix right now. They are bringing back Animaniacs, which is super exciting to me because I literally, within the last 48 hours, I have sung the Animaniacs theme song to put my kids to bed. It is one of my songs that I used to know every word to, and I started singing it to my kids when they were first born, and I still to this day sing it to Violet, who is 6, and she loves it.
Has anyone in the chat watched all of the new House of Cards season yet?
Oh,
That came out today.
I know. It came out today. I'm dreading it. Like, I don't even know if I want to watch it.
I definitely want to watch it. I'm not in the situation.
I know.
I'm next to it.
You're watching it from the land of the hot prime minister.
Actually, I'm probably going to watch the Real Politics, not with a K, but the Real Politics tonight because there's an provincial election here in Nova Scotia, so I'm going to watch the results after this.
Is there anything that a whoops sorry would be useful for here?
No.
Well, we want to get rid of that mass rebirth, right?
No, but it's not going to do anything. He doesn't have any in his trash.
Oh, right. Okay.
I mean, he's going to get the hit points, whatever. So I would say with Friendly Fire, that idea between Jack Handle and Friendly Fire.
Yeah, Jack Handle. Yeah. Okay.
Jack Fire. Friendly Jack Fire.
Friendly Jack Fire. The land of the hot prime minister. I'm gonna have to remember that. Hey, look, hot is hot, man.
I like this mitigate in front of freight trains thing that it just stops freight trains' incapability. It works really well. All right. Ooh, hollow points. I like that. Hollow points into the assault rifle or the submachine gun. Seemed like a good idea.
Yeah, the thing about House of Cards is that it went from being ridiculous to all too real too quick. And Robin Wright Penn has actually said, we're not even sure what the heck we're going to do for season 6. Because what could we possibly do that's more ridiculous than what's actually happening?
I've read they've had to discard plots because it happened.
Well, and the irony of that is that some of those plots are ones that would have come up in the writer's room and they're like, You're an idiot. That's too obvious. You can't write that. People would be like, oh, you weren't even putting any effort into it, and then it actually happens, and it's like, oh, okay, well, what are you gonna
Just
do?
so you know, I'm not killing Setback here because Expatriette hearts Setback.
That's right. What is this? Tales from the Archive? What are you doing? Picking thematic cards instead of the best possible play.
Sometimes.
She does.
I think
heart
that was a
Setback.
good play, though.
Yeah.
Oh, the Shinobi Assassin is going to take out Duplex Patriot. I will still hit it for one.
We'll hit it for one, yeah.
And I won't hit Setback, because then it would then kill Setback. Ontario is great. I like Ontario. Tempest Nation can definitely get shot more.
Did you say Tempestination?
Yes. The troop form is going after Proletariat and almost killed him. So it's just going to be Biomancer left that we're going to have to... So I think now is going to be a good time to play Riveting Crane.
Mm-hmm.
And then Biomancer's damage reduction will go away.
Yes, I like that. All
Though
right.
I guess actually we want to kill Tempest Nation, but that's fine. We'll survive a hit from Tempest Nation. So, and we will destroy Proletariat. Actually, you have a Shinobi Assassin on your deck, so we can let one Shinobi Assassin come out of your deck, and it will kill the Tempest Nation. You see, picking up what I'm putting down? So Tempest Nation's the lowest. So this assassin, I think we should not put on your deck. We should use the assassin on your deck to kill the Tempest Nation. And we can put this on like Expatriate's deck, I think. And maybe we'll get the assassin to kill Biomancer.
Mm-hmm.
And here you can say yes. Oh, right. Jack Handel's going to cancel it, and he'll kill Tempest Nation here anyways. So,
Right.
so then you just won't draw a card.
All right, Biomancer. We've got you in our sights.
You can destroy... I don't know.
Hair Trigger? Well, I guess he might have
It's
a...
been good. Maybe Friendly Fire.
Yeah, Friendly Fire is fine at this point.
We are forgetting with Friendly Fire. So yeah, I would say don't just draw a card.
Don't disdraw.
Just draw.
Homunculus.
Hope someone asks the letters page, what does Biomancer's costume mean? Like his symbols and stuff.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I have asked a question to the letters page, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. And you'll find out when they read it, if they read it.
If and when.
Twist up flesh.
Ugh.
I think there's nothing to be done here. We're just going to take it. Nate Diggity Doggity, this is the second game. Oof. It's a close one.
Yeah. I mean, we've managed to take out 3 of the team, but that Biomancer. Oof.
Yeah, Oblivion is not a play at this point. A Amulet of the Elder Gods definitely is. And drawing Mist Form also is going to be useful. So, and I have a 4/4 on top of my deck. So if things need to happen, they can happen.
Okay.
So actually, if he gets down to 12...
Except that you just shuffled.
What?
Because of Proletariat.
Oh, damn it. Proletariat.
Ugh!
Why are you so sad?
Okay. Well...
Don't be surprised. Dark Watch is better than you think.
Alright, so Karmic Retribution is completely useless. Reckless Rush is essentially useless. Whoops, sorry is essentially
Here's what
useless.
I would do.
Yeah, tell me.
I would skip because...
I mean, I don't really have anything else to do.
Right train, we can get Mr. Fixer to jack handle that damage to Biomancer.
Ah, I like it.
Like you actually don't want to use your ability anyways, because it's not going to do anything. And we'll choose Mr. Fixer, and he jack handles that. Yeah. Now Homunculus gets irreducible damage. All right, I can reload the hollow points.
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
That is a good idea. Into the assault rifle. Like if we can get Biomancer to 12 on Nightmist's turn, we'll win. And so he's at 12 now. We just have to survive. Because with the amulet and the 4/4... Oh, but I don't have a 4/4 Oblivion for sure. That's... Actually, but I can still shoot at Nightmist with this. And discard 2 cards. Which I am definitely doing. Yeah, so he's down to 8. And the lowest is Homunculus. So I do want to draw a card. And the assassin can kill the Homunculus for us. And yeah, I'll hit the assassin because I'm just that kind of lady. Nice work, Expatriette.
Rites of Revival.
Oh, this is a Dark Watch thematic card. It has all of our team members on it.
Yep, there it is. We'll pop that open. At the end of the environment turn, each player may discard any number of cards. If 6 cards are discarded, this way flip an incapacitated hero. Luckily, we don't have any incapped heroes right now, but yeah, as John says, there's the entire Dark Watch team that we are playing right now on there. Your friend, mocked the ancient mystic. I know who you speak of, but I don't know that I could call him your friend. Does he recognize you at all? And of course, that is in reference to the fact that Mr. Fixer, who's sitting in the revival hot tub, as it were, is basically the body of Mr. Fixer animated as a zombie and then possessed by the soul of Mr. Fixer.
That's right. I think Fright trains in front of the hot tub in the background there. I don't think we want to discard for this because no one's incapacitated.
Yeah.
You still can because maybe you're playing Tachyon and you want to discard cards or for whatever reason. So Operative doesn't do anything on her turn.
Right, she just has an ongoing effect.
Yeah. So here is something. You could use dual crowbars now to greater effect, potentially, than Jack Handle.
Explain that to me.
So Jack Handles, there's just Biomancer, basically, right?
Right.
So dual crowbars gives you a +1. So you could hit the Shinobi Assassin first and then, like, double up the +1.
Oh, right.
To hit Biomancer for more.
Yeah, with only 2.
Because you don't have, like, overdriving your trash or anything, so...
Does he doesn't have any flesh children out? No, but he does have his normal -2.
He has his normal -2,
right,
so you
we'll
can
hit the
more
Shinobi
damage.
Assassin.
And I mean, you already have one on your deck, and you're not going to draw it, so we may as well also put it on Mr. Fisher's
Yeah, that's
deck.
fine.
And yeah, so you get 3 through here instead of, like,
1.
2 or 1.
Yeah.
It would be 1 with the Jack Handle, right? So, and I think...
I mean, if we don't get him down this round...
Yeah, we can just try the submachine gun.
Okay.
Oh, you could bounce the second attack off Nightmist. No, No, I don't think that would matter. Like the second, it wouldn't make a difference. It just redirects it. So I guess it could matter. I guess you can target Nightmist and then you can target. She redirects it to Biomancer, and then you do this. Then you do the second damage to Biomancer. Oh, so wow, this is one for the letters page. I guess it's not. If it was Expatriate and Setback have to hit each other, that would be one thing. But what's going to happen here? Actually, so Expatriate and Setback, we're choosing who's going to deal the damage, but then we can choose for it to be Nightmist, and then they can redirect it to. So I don't think it matters who it is. We choose Nightmist so that Nightmist can redirect it. But if we were forced to like make Setback hit Expatriate or the other way around, that would be sad. Okay, I don't need Mist Form, and I don't need Star Shield. And I do need to hit Biomancer. And now it's Nightmist. Oh wait, he plays a stupid card. Yes, I'm shooting it. Doesn't do anything, but I'm still shooting it. And I think Mr. Fixer should take this damage. Because Nightmist might have to hit herself. I can play Oblivion. I think Oblivion. Is it bad if I play Oblivion? I guess we could still be in bad form if that happens. Heedless Lash is probably safer. Do you have any thoughts about that?
I'm AFK. I defer to you.
Like Oblivion could take out the whole team. So, but if it does take out the whole team, that means we're taking out Biomancer, right? Like
that's true.
So we just have to choose the order. So Oblivion. And so, okay. 1 to each target. It's fine with me. So that's going to take out Mr. Fixer, but he's done good work. That's true. If it was 1-1, it would kill the team, but not. I wouldn't kill the team, but it would hurt the team, but it wouldn't kill Biomancer. And yes, I want to redirect art because that will get rid of Biomancer. We do have Rights of Revival, but that seems excessive. And yeah, here goes Biomancer. It's alright. We have 5 hit points total. We only need 1.
We did it! And by we, I mean John.
We didn't have to kill Mr. Fixer, but I mean, that's the card. Mr. Fixer died and he's coming back, so we're just reproducing results.
Yeah, Forsaken One says, I see Jeremy's return to his proper size. For some reason, Game Show exploded the size of my thing, and I did not realize it. So I have.
Were you giant or were you tiny?
I was giant.
We should play a skyscraper game.
Yeah, I was giant. All right. Coolio. So that was, we've now seen all team villains, which means there's absolutely nothing new left to show you.
Well, you haven't seen all of them.
You haven't seen all of them, that's true. But there is one other thing that we could potentially show you. And if you guys have hung out now, I mean, it's 8:59, so we're not going to start a new game. But I feel like there is something we could show you that's new. It's not Sentinels. Does anyone out there in Chatland want to see our next game? Maybe you just want to see what bottom of the 9th is going to look like? Anyone? If you want to see it, I'll show you a little bit of it. I'm not going to wait for everyone to vote. I'm just going to show you. So
you have to show us your next game, and then we'll show you ours.
Yeah, if you show me yours, we'll show you ours. All right, so I'm going to
roll some dice.
It's going to be over top of what we're already seeing. But so this is, I'm actually playing it live on my phone here. So this is bottom of the 9th. So for those of you out there who have not ever seen or played bottom of the 9th, you either play obviously as the pitching team or the batting team, and if you're the batting team, it's the bottom of the ninth. It's tied up. If you can score, then you are going to win. If you don't, you're sure to lose in extra innings. That's sort of the setup of this game. In what you see here, I'm playing as the batting team. And what you see is the typical sort of strike zone. The pitcher and the batter each pick whether they're going to, the pitcher says, they're going to pitch high and away, they're going to pitch low and inside, and the batter chooses where they think the pitcher is going to pitch. In this, the pitcher's already picked, so I'm going to pick, I think I'll pick low and inside. Then we reveal our tokens, and it looks like the pitcher did pitch low and inside, so as the batter, I guessed right, which means I get to use both my high and my inside tokens, which are special abilities that you see there. It might be difficult to see it because it's kind of small on the screen here, and we'll do obviously more streams of this later. The pitcher has already rolled. They've rolled a C4. That means contact 4, which means as the batter,
corner.
Or corner 4, which means that I as the batter need to roll a 4 in order to actually hit this. So I'm going to roll the dice, and I rolled a 4.
Exactly.
I rolled it exactly. That is fantastic.
It's so easy.
This game is so simple. You just do your best thing. However, am I playing as the batter who has to increase?
I don't know what you're doing.
I don't think I am. I'm looking. +1, +1. Speed +1 if Ethan reaches first base. No. So I'm going to say yes. So now I've matched it, which is contact. When you have contact, you then enter this sort of mini game where we both roll our die until we can either get a 4 or a 5. And if you get a 4 or 5, you have to lock in either safe or out. I got a 3. No.
Well, you have to click safe. The computer is rolling to get you out.
And the computer rolled a 5, so I'm out. I was thrown out at first base. Wah, wah. All right, so now we've got Whitney Worldwise is playing. I think I'm going to go for the ace pitch. The darker red there is the ace pitch. So that's the best pitch that pitcher can pitch. I'm going to guess that. Let's see what they got. Low and inside, high and inside. So the pitcher got the low, I got the inside, which means the pitcher gets a special ability and the batter gets a special ability. They've rolled a B1. This particular pitcher, a B1, is hit by pitch, which means I skipped the run.
She hit you.
She hit me. So it really doesn't super matter what I roll here. But I got hit by the pitch, which means I take my base. You can see the cool little meeples running around on the field there. We're very excited about that. This is still like way alpha. Like this is not beta yet even. But I figured we had a couple of minutes. I figured I'd show you guys how our new game is shaping up.
Yeah, we'll have some streams. We'll have to figure out when we're going to get, a regular bottom of the ninth stream going. I'm sure we'll have Daryl and Mike on, and I'm sure Paul from Greater Than Games will want to be on.
Oh, yes, he's a super baseball guy. Yeah, and so explain how this works. So, like, when the pitcher rolls a B, you want to get low because you don't want to swing. But if the pitcher rolls an S for a strike, you want to roll high, right?
Yeah, the kind of idea is the pitcher rolls 2 dice. One of them says ball, strike, or corner, and one of them is a number. And so the higher the number is sort of like for strikes, when the pitcher rolls a high number, it means they're rolling, like they're throwing a pitch that's like near the edge of the strike zone, so it's harder for the batter. So the batter has to roll higher. When the pitcher rolls a lower number on a ball, it means they're rolling a ball, so it's still outside the strike zone, but it's really convincing for the batter. So the batter needs to really restrain themselves and roll low to not be tricked and swing at a ball, because you can't hit a ball in the game. So,
right.
So yeah, and this is something I think we'll probably take some lengths to explain in the tutorial, because it's definitely like a lot of people who are going to come to bottom of the ninth are people who don't know baseball, and so we want to, it's still a really solid game. You could, just like any game, Sentinels included, you could take away all the theme and it's still a good game underneath.
Yeah.
And bottom of the ninth is the same way. And so, you don't necessarily have to know baseball to play it and enjoy it. And I think you obviously can enjoy it more with the baseball theme. And so that's part of what we want to do, is explain that and get that, get people excited about it. So.
Yeah, so Balui asks, how do you get a home run? And so that is, I believe, where Crush comes into play?
That's right. So if you're batting and the pitcher throws a strike and you roll a 6, you have a chance to hit a home run. So when you roll a 6, you get a special extra roll called a Crush. And if you roll another 6, that's a long fly ball deep to right, and the pitcher gets to roll a die, and if they roll a 6, the fielder climbs the wall and catches the ball and saves a home run, but otherwise it's a home run and the home team wins. So there's basically a 1 in 36. Like if you roll a crush, you have like a small chance to I guess if you roll a crush and you roll another 6 and the pitcher doesn't roll a 6, you get a home run, basically. So it's a small chance, just like in real baseball. Home runs don't happen all the time, but they can happen. And some batters are better at hitting home runs, like Anvil McIver gets +1 to his swing, so he's more likely to roll a 6, and he can crush on 5s and stuff. So like there's certain batters have all kinds of different abilities. And so the game comes with all of these cards on the tabletop, but also in digital form. It will come with all the content from the core game.
Yeah, and actually we're already, obviously we've already been talking, for those of you who follow Greater Than Games and Dice Hate Me, you know that they just recently kickstarted, well actually not super recently, about a year ago, kickstarted the Clubhouse expansion, which is something that we would obviously love to do, assuming Bottom of the Ninth does well and people are enjoying it. And just like Sentinels, there'll be expansions to come out and, more players and more things to do. In terms of when this might come out, there is not an answer to that yet. We're still obviously in alpha. This is still very rough. I think for being rough, I think it plays really, really well. I enjoy it a lot. But we're just starting to show it. As you can see, we just showed some screenshots off today. You guys are getting to see it in motion for the first time pretty much ever. What about free throws?
Yeah, so Real Fanatic asks, does the game just end as soon as you get a point? So the game is set up like the situation is like a really sort of slice of baseball, which is it's the bottom of the ninth and the score is tied. So the way baseball works is if you're in that situation and you're the batting team, if you score a run at all, if you score 1 point, you win the game. But if you and so that's sort of how the rules of baseball work. So if the batters get a home run or if they get the runners around to score a run, you win. And the story of the game is, so in real baseball, like if the other team gets 3 outs, then they would play another inning, right? And then they play until one team has more points. But the sort of idea of this game is to keep it really tight. Is if the pitcher gets 3 outs, then they win, because the idea is that the pitching team is so good, like they're just gonna they're obviously gonna win, like. They're gonna score 10 runs next inning or something, right?
They'll outlast the young upstart team, and it'll just be all over.
Yeah, so that's sort of the core game, and that keeps the game to be like on the tabletop. Once you know the game, you can play a game in like 15 minutes, and like on digital, you're gonna be able to play a game in like 5 minutes. So it's like a really quick little game. But there's also there's some rules to. Because, this came up as soon as they made the game, was people wanted to play full games of baseball or multiple innings or seasons. And so we're definitely looking at that kind of stuff for maybe not necessarily in the first version, but adding on to the game as we go. Just like we've added on to Sentinels since it came out. If you played version 1.0 of Sentinels, you wouldn't recognize the game today, I don't think.
Yeah. Yeah, and actually just to show you that, I just played through a full game, and you saw I lost because... I'm not very good. I'm not an athlete. But and Lou Dolphin says, if the other team is so good, how did they get to the 9th inning with no runs? Checkmate, atheists.
Actually, we just have it showing 0-0. It'll probably be some random score when you're starting the game. So
exactly. Yeah, I was thinking about that actually as I was playing it. It's not always going to be 0-0. All right, cool. So there was your first look at Bottom of the Ninth. As John said, we definitely plan to stream that. It will not supplant Sentinels Live. Sentinels Live is an institution at this point. How could we possibly supplant Sentinels Live with Bottom of the Ninth Live? It doesn't roll off the tongue in the same way. BOT9 Live, BOT Live. I don't know. It's not as good. But anyway.
It will be another show.
Another show. Because who are we if not multiple shows? We got Sentinels Live on Tuesdays, we got Dolphins Dive on Thursdays, we got Tales from the Archive on Saturdays, we've got Development Jive on random days whenever we feel like we want to do it. Yeah, There you have
Another question from Evil Dice Monkey about the Sentinels of the 9th expansion. That is something we are planning to add, and we are planning to add. There's also other expansions for more cards and stuff. So
Indeed.
we definitely want to lean on the connection between Sentinels and Bottom of the 9th. So that is something that we will do.
Absolutely.
At some point.
Alrighty, so I think that is going to do it for another episode here of Sentinels Live. Thank you everybody so much for joining us. Sentinels of the Multiverse is the only cooperative comic book card game that you should be playing. Thank you for joining us. We do this every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, and if you enjoy the show, please do like, share, follow, and subscribe. And as I mentioned at the top of the show, if you have a moment, please do go rate us on your chosen store, iOS, Android, Steam. Ratings really help with visibility. They help with new players checking out the game, and we would really appreciate it. As I just mentioned, Sentinels is available on iOS, Android, and Steam, and always in good old analog, cardboard, and ink. And you can find more information and download the free demo, tell your friends, at sentinelsdigital.com. Thank you, everybody. I'm Jeremy.
I am John, showing up Dark Watch of the 9th.
Dark Watch of the 9th. It's the Prime Pitcher Wardens.
That's right.
Or something.
Actually, I think all the Prime Wardens are in here, but there's no Nightmist yet.
Yet. Wink, wink. All right, folks. Thanks a lot. We will see you next week, and have a great night.
Good night.